The Herglics are massive humanoids believed to evolve from water-dwelling mammals. Most evidence of an aquatic origin has long since been eliminated by evolution. Fins, for example, have been replaced by hands and arms. The homeworld of the Herglics is the planet R-EAU, a humid world of marshy land dotted with landlocked lakes and seas. It has a highly developed industrial base which helped catapult it to the stars for centuries. Herglics are common sights on most technological advanced worlds, primarily in spaceports and recreation centers and entertainment resorts. They are good customers in the casinos and at the racetracks, placing bets and losing credits with wild abandon, being addicted to betting. Herglics tend to cluster in their own communities because they need to build everything slightly larger in scale to accommodate their large bodies. There is evidence that one of the early Herglian trading empires reached a level of technology never seen, with the use of machines that apparently took advantage of gravity to perform their particular functions. As a whole, Herglics are great believers in fairness and honesty. They are renowned for always being upright traders and for honoring any deal or bargain they make. They assume that others behave in a similar fashion, and few things anger a Herglic more than deceit and cheating. Herglics are risk-takers, both by nature and by Asian culture tradition. They love meeting new beings and experiencing the sights and sounds of new places. The Herglics were natural explorers and traders, and it's known that they developed space travel independently of other species, and the Herglics often established trading posts and colonies just for the excitement of visiting exotic locals. Also, they were masters of an interstellar trade empire, even as Corellians and Duros were taking their first steps to explore the galaxy around them. The Herglics began colonizing the stars around R-EAU before the founding of the Republic. They controlled a substantial territory in the colonies and in the Inner Rim. The southern core was settled from the Arrowhead and grew through contact with a number of advanced independent civilizations from the Herglics or the Devaronians. That mix has long made it a polyglot region that resists easy characterization. The Cetacean built up their own trading empire around R-EAU in the southern quadrant, as said before. The area of space around the portion of the Rima trade route cutting through the colonies and continuing R-EAU. This area usually referred to as Herglic space, and was the center of Herglic culture. The Herglic space, in addition to containing the planet R-EAU, had within its jurisdiction 40 more star systems. The Herglic trade empire joined the Republic circa 13,000 before Battle of Yavin, bringing a flurry and development around the Rima trade route, but it was in the year 9757 before Battle of Yavin that the conflict known as the Second Herglic Feud broke out. The story about this event highlights one element in particular: the participation of the Republic military unit named Rocket Jumper Elite Advanced Unit, aka the Republic Rocket Jumpers. The Republic Rocket Jumpers are the most celebrated unit of the Republic Army. Using jetpacks, the Rocket Jumpers penetrate enemy territory and establish airheads' temporary advanced staging areas, used to shuttle in troops and heavy equipment. Such missions sometimes verge on suicide, and Rocket Jumpers have earned a reputation as hard-nosed miracle workers. The unit had its origins in earlier forces that saw action during the Pius Dia Crusades, using powered paragliders to reach their goals. Around 11,000 before Battle of Yavin, advances in jetpack technology led to the unit's reinvention. Later, they became legendary in conflicts such as this one. As their reputation grows, the Rocket Jumpers are assigned to Special Forces missions such as VIP extraction, reconnaissance of sensor-shielded encampments, and destruction of enemy emplacements. They are among the most highly decorated soldiers in the Republic Army, and several of them go on to hold public office. In the battlefield, they are used to breach enemy held terrain and assist the rest of the army in moving forward to a new position. Although armed troop carriers sometimes perform similar roles, rocket jumpers are first strike commandos, expected to clear a landing site where none exists. Rocket jumpers are deployed in squads of 20 or in fire teams of 2. They generally stick to low-altitude hubs to minimize exposure to enemy fire. They maintain tight formations and are drilled on the importance of keeping the other members of their squad in sight at all times, particularly when touching down into Hudson, where a jet jump miscalculation could put a partner far beyond the reach of his or her comrades. Rocket jumpers are experts at urban and wilderness survival, and they can keep themselves alive for weeks behind enemy lines while carefully making their way back to the Republic front. It's said that no rocket jumper captured as prisoner of war ever broke under enemy interrogation. The most iconic piece of rocket jumper equipment is the modified SIM Systems jetpack, which features 4 outriggers for controlling meter, pitch, and roll. Rocket jumpers carry pulse wave or blaster carbines, sidearms, grenades, vibro knives, survival multi-tools, medkits, and other items that vary with the mission profile. Each rocket jumper carries 40 to 60 kilograms of gear plus armor. Impossible is the best word to describe a typical rocket jumper assignment. The members of the Corps thrive on achieving tasks that their commander dare not assign to any other unit. The objectives of this combat unit during the conflict against the Herglic were several, such as getting over forward-facing cannons and gun emplacements, and they attacked those units from the rear, or taking out reinforced headquarters to disrupt communications and leave the enemy vulnerable to a direct assault. As the planet R-EAU is an aquatic world with large bodies of water and extensive oceans, during naval missions, the role of the rocket jumpers was vital, since they boarded enemy stations by making holes in the ships, being able to destroy their targets when they have access to the reactor core. Since the SIM rocket runs on solid fuel slugs, a pinpoint hit by an enemy's blaster can trigger an explosion that will almost certainly kill the soldier. A career as a rocket jumper is not lucrative, and a rocket jumper's life expectation is brief. But they have a fierce pride in their role and in the history of their corps. Their reputation precedes them. Smugglers give them a wide berth, barkeeps give them free drinks, and they are never without romantic attention. The life of a Republic Army soldier is not glamorous, but the rocket jumpers know that they are as close as it gets, and thanks to many legendary conflicts that had given them fame, such as the Second Herglic Feud, the prestige of the rocket jumpers is not a mere coincidence.